What's up, boys? Petko here. As you guys have already seen the title of the video, today we're gonna finally talk about AoE Shaman in the upcoming Season 1 Mythic Plus season. Everything you wanna know, from rotation to builds to stats to enchants, gemming, what to craft, what to spend your stuff on. I'm gonna cover absolutely everything in today's video, as I already promised you. The only reason why I delayed to do this video until a week before the season is because I was very certain things are going to be changing, and as you guys already saw, a lot of changes for the past couple of weeks on behalf of Shaman. So unless next week we get more changes, that is exactly how you'll be playing until the 11.05 patch, which should be dropping around November. So anyway, without further ado, let's begin talking about talents. Now, talents are going to be pretty much similar to majority of the people. This is what you want to play for plus 10 keys, plus 5 mythic zeros, plus 25 keys, world first keys. That is your build every single week. It does not matter what you play, how you play, etc. Now, the only difference between the build that I'm playing and the build that most of the people are playing is actually only one, and that is most of the people are playing Thunderous Ward. I'm playing Storm Frenzy. I'm going to explain the reason. At the beginning, you don't have the luxury to choose whether you want to play with a with a one-hander and a shield or two-handers. Right now, I don't have a shield, so that makes no sense to play it. Hence why I've chosen to play with Storm Frenzy. If I were to be getting a shield, then perhaps I might want to switch around and actually play Thunderous Strike. I think the damage itself is kind of close, but between each other, probably it's going to give me more single target. But I feel like the lack of secondary stats here can make up with a Storm Frenzy on AoE. All in all, small difference in a favor of Thundering Ward. Once I get a shield, then I'll perhaps switch around with it. And one last thing is, a lot of people are saying, why would you play Everlasting Elements if you can play the Searing Flames? This increases the duration of your elementals when they spawn. It's a nice touch that I like to play with. If you are confident that you can maintain perfect CDR and perhaps the key level is actually mid-ish to low level, that you don't need the extra elemental, then getting Searing Flames for extra Maelstrom can actually make a lot more sense. So that's pretty much about talents. And build-wise, again, you're playing Stormbringer build, you don't play Farseer build. You're playing Farseer only for raiding, but that's a topic for another time. Every single key, you'll be playing Stormbringer no matter what for now. Unless something changes in the future, I will update you. If not, that is pretty much what you want to go for. Alright, now that is done, let's talk about stats, because I feel like this is an area that a lot of people confuse, because if you guys have already seen it, for I think 2 weeks ago or even last week, they buffed our mastery now to scale better. So a lot of people are thinking, okay, because they buffed mastery, naturally mastery now is going to be one of our best stats to go for. Wrong, it is not. Mastery is still our least performing stat for Mythic Plus. You still want to go haste, crit, versus mastery. Now, I'm saying this, but the deeper answer to that question is always sim yourself, because there will be diminishing returns to each of the stats, meaning that if you stack way too much of haste and crit, they might not give you as much value as having more verse or mastery. So depending on the total secondary stat contribution later in the season, you might want to swap around and build a bit more verse, perhaps throw a bit more mastery. Time is gonna tell us, but don't just blindly stack haste and crit and that's it. Always sim yourself, see exactly what you need, etc. So you can perhaps cycle some secondary stats around and achieve better results with the same gear. Keep that in mind. After the stats, the next logical question is, but Petko, what are the trinkets we're going to be playing? Okay, so I understand you're frustrated. I know there's a lot of options out there. I'm going to give you my personal choice of trinkets, and I've always recommended this on stream for the past 2 months probably. The best performing trinket, without any doubt currently, is Arakara Sagbrood. That trinket is beyond busted for pretty much any caster right now. It has extremely high uptime on your intellect, as well as having a nice stat-wise haste, which is our best stat right now. So hence why this trinket dropping from Arakara first boss will be the best in-slot trinket that you would like to farm every single day during Mythic Zero week, which comes in 3 days from now. I guess 2 days, depending if you're an AoE. So yeah, that is the best trinket so far. As a secondary choice trinkets, there's a plenty of options out there. I already told you one of my favorite trinkets from all time. It is going to be, you guys already guessed it, the Unbound Chaos, which Unbound Changeling, I believe it's called. The one from the Mists of the Tyrnus kit. This is Dungeons from Shadowlands. Right, this one from Last Boss straight over. This is what I'm talking about. Where is the trinket? Oh no, it drops from... Oh, sorry, it drops from the first boss. It is Unbound Changeling. That is the trinket you want to go for. Immediately after you obtain the other kind of trinket, that is the next in line. I most definitely would like to choose either haste or crit. A lot of people will be choosing haste. I might consider even getting a crit. We'll see. I mean, I'm gonna sim it and see exactly what does better for me. Depending on the secondary stats, you might want to choose between haste and crit. Yeah, I mean, I'll see what's up based on my secondary stats, as I already said, but it's gonna be either haste or crit. That's about trinkets. Alright, so next thing is enchanting. Enchanting doesn't really matter because, once again, based on the secondary stats that you have, you might want to cycle some stuff. For example, if you have a lot of crit, then you want to enchant haste. You want to put haste enchants, and you want to gem also haste. Haste crit gems, haste verse gems, haste prio gems, and anything else secondary stat is what you want to go for. And as a unique gem, which is something that everybody's gonna play with, is primary stat plus critical effect per unique guided gem. That's pretty much what you want to go for. It's only one unique gem per item, per character, so you cannot have more than one. That's, you know, pretty much for gemming. Again, there's a standard enchants on a chest. If you just open the action house and see the primary stat increase on a chest, that's what you want to go for. I'm choosing avoidance on everything else, like cloak, embracer, avoidance, stamina for the boots, extra intellect coming from the legs, etc. And then I guess the biggest meaningful thing that you want to decide here is having a weapon enchant. Now, I've seen a lot of conversations here. What is the best weapon enchant, etc. I'm gonna give you my 2 cents. So if you are going for the Authority of the Deeps, which is pretty much Authority of the Depths is one of the best simming enchants right now. As you can see currently in Europe, it is extremely expensive. I mean, unless you have a $250,000 gold in your, in your pocket, then you can buy it. But I personally am not gonna buy this enchant right away. I'm gonna go with something secondary until this becomes cheaper. Something like either a flat stat increase, like a, let's say, on-demand haste, on-demand crit, doesn't really matter. Or I'm just gonna play with the radiant power, which gives me more primary stat. I guess depending on the gold accessibility, if you have more money, you can spend it. Even the rank 2 right now is like 100k, you know, so it's completely up to you if you want to spend the gold or not. I personally am not going to spend it. I'm not going to give more than 20k for enchant. Even 30k is a lot, but yeah, I think that's my choice for now. I'll see later on what I want to go for. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, so moving forward is going to be rotation. I know a lot of people here for the rotation, so I'm going to show you guys a quick single target and AoE rotation. And I'll break down exactly what I do for me to achieve that kind of damage, and I'll walk you through everything that you gotta know. Okay, so beware, that is gonna be how you play Mythic Plus. Again, disregarding the key level, you will be playing like this for majority of the time. Okay, so just one small thing before I begin. I want to talk about crafting and embellishments. So crafting and embellishment is something that I myself consider quite unique situation during the first week, because you'll be having 2 sparks, right? Now I have 1.5 spark. Next week, aka in 3 days, you're going to be getting an extra spark. So 2 sparks, what can you craft? The answer to me is clear. Depending on the heroic rating, I guess if you do rate heroic, if you get a decent weapon or weapons, then I'm going to skip crafting weapon. Like, let's say if I get a decent enough weapon from heroic and a good offhander, then I might consider just crafting my neck and my back with a unique effect. As you guys already know, majority of those effects are the same for most of the classes. I'm gonna attach them in the descriptions if you guys wanna see exactly which neck and back I'm talking about, but most of you already know about it. If not, I'm just gonna craft their weapon. If I don't get any weapon, I'll craft probably a weapon and a neck combo together, because I can socket the neck pretty much up to my likings. Or I guess back also can give you more secondary stat, so, and also primary stat too. So yeah, that's pretty much the situation that I'm going for. Personally, I would choose to go with a weapon if I could. If I do get a weapon that I don't care about weapon, I'm just gonna go with back and neck. That's the analysis. I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you updated in case I got something nice. If you don't rate heroic, if you don't rate at all, and you don't get any weapon from like Bountiful Deals or Mythic 0, craft weapon. If you get it, then you have an option between going to craft back and neck, etc. I'll link down in the description everything that I'm just talking about right now, but it doesn't matter what weapon you're crafting, whether it's going to be dagger or 100 mace, doesn't really matter. And no, for the love of God, stop asking me what is better, one-handed shield or staff. They both do the same damage. They both do the same damage. Please do not ask me again. The only difference is one-handed and a shield actually gives you more durability because it gives you more armor. That's it. More armor means more physical damage mitigation. Simple as that. Also, you'll be able to enchant your shield with Thunder Strike Ward if you have a shield. If you don't have a shield, then this talent is completely useless. Alright, that's enough. Let's talk about rotation. I'm going to show you first single target. Sorry, AoE, which is for me the most fun. After this, I'm going to jump on a single target and talk about it. Once again, for the people that are new here on the channel, bottom right of your screen, you'll be able to see exactly what I press in terms of spells. Consumables, before I begin, I have chosen to go with a Flask of Haste. I don't have it right now because I haven't bought it, but Flask of Haste, and there's only one battle potion that's every 5 minutes that gives you random secondary stats. That is the choice here. And food wise, always primary stat is going to be better. Keep that in mind. Alright, let's begin. AoE rotation. Enough talking. Wait, I don't hear my game. 1 second. Boom. Alright. I always begin with precasting Stormkeeper. I don't know where this came from, but everybody's asking me, why do you precast Storm Elemental? I don't precast Storm Melee first as my global. I always have done in the past. You can check out all the guides before. Pre-Stormkeeper, whether you're playing 2 mobs, 3 mobs, 1 target, 20 bajillion targets, don't matter. While the tank is gathering the mobs left and right, I always do Stormkeeper, Ellie. That is the combo. After that, I try to apply Flame Shock to the targets, usually between 4 and 6, depending on how much time I have. And then I start my rotation. To answer the question, why do I have to apply Flame Shock with Storm build? Simple. First, Magma Chamber, getting more Earthquake damage. Each stack of Flame Shock gives you more Earthquake damage. Second thing, CDR of your Elemental, Skybreaker's Demise, as you guys have already seen it. And then third final thing is going to be Mold damage. Flames of Cauldron gives a shit ton of damage on your Flame Shock. So your Flame Shocks are actually quite good. That is the only reason why I'm casting Flame Shock. There is no other reason. Let's begin. As you can see, a lot of people now are going to ask me, but why don't you cast your Lava Surge right away? Well, I don't, for that reason. I just always cast my Primordial Wave with my procs, right? If I don't have a proc, then I don't really care about it. Unless the target's about to die, then do it. But as you can see, it's rather simple. You're just spamming Chain Lightnings, Earthquakes, etc, etc, etc. And then managing Lightning Rods. I'm going to talk about Lightning Rods a little bit. I know people are confused. But that's pretty much your general rotation. It's rather simple. You know, nothing really has changed here. So, yeah. That's it. It's pretty simple. But, okay, let me answer some couple of questions. Now, the first question is Tempest Pet. So, the special ability on the pet should be auto-enabled. You don't need a macro for that shit. Auto-enabled, it works fine. Second question, how to manage Lightning Rod? Well, don't make it rocket science. If you're a new player, beginner player, you don't care about the shit. Don't min-max it too much. Just simply focus on your rotation. You're gonna think about that later on. If you're an advanced player, Lightning Rod can be spread to multiple targets, and it's usually so. If whenever you cast an Earthquake, it casts on, like, let's say I choose one target, I press Earthquake on the ground, it's gonna cast on that target. You know, So you can choose which targets can have lightning rod. It's the same thing with Tempest. Both Tempest and Earthquake can give a lightning rod to the targets that you choose to. I choose to give lightning rod to different targets and the ones that have more HP because they can endure the full duration of lightning rod. A lot of people just mindlessly press Earthquake and they press, for example, Tempest on random targets, and then when they die, you don't do damage with your lightning rod. And then you're like, oh shit, how does other shamans can do, like, let's say 5% more damage than me? It's simple, okay? If you're a beginner player I guess intermediate player, avoid what I'm trying to tell you, because if you're gonna do this, you're gonna absolutely fuck up your rotation and you're gonna do no damage. You wanna do this only when you are already confident in everything else. If you're not, skip this step. Do not do it. Okay? For the people that are advanced here and you're coming to learn, try your best to spread different lightning rods on different targets that can endure the full duration of it. AKA healthy beefy targets. That is a TL'DR. Okay? That's about lightning rod. Nothing else to be mentioned. On a single target, you don't care about it, you just keep on pumping. Alright, let's go to the single target because it's getting a long video and I know you guys want a TL'DR. Single target is one of the most brain dead things to do, but you pretty much want to cast Primordial Wave and Lava Burst immediately, and then Lightning Bolt to Oblivion. That's it. Just spam Lightning Bolt like a chimp, and then whenever P-Wave gets ready again, you cast it, you Lava Surge. You ignore any other Lava Surge in between that, you know. You just ignore it like that. You see that? I have P-Wave ready. I cast it. Lava Burst, Arc Shock, SOP. You know, now I cast Lava Burst because I'm a chimp, but usually you shouldn't cast Lava Burst. That's pretty much it. And I just cast Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt. See that? That's all you do. Preferably would like to cast Earth Shock every couple of seconds unless you have Tempest on to refresh Lightning Rod itself. That's the simple rotation, but you want to play around Surge of Power. That's pretty much where your damage comes from. Surge of Power should be only and only used for Lightning Bolt. That's why after the Earth Shock, you would like to cast Lightning Bolt. If you already have Power of the Maelstrom, do not cast Earth Shock because you're going to overlap Surge of Power and Power of the Maelstrom and you will not get benefit from it. Surge of Power also works on Stormkeeper, so preferably whenever you have Stormkeeper, you would like to have high Maelstrom to be able to empower both Stormkeepers on a single target, aka Lightning Bolt itself. Simple as this. I'll repeat again. Whenever you get Power of the Maelstrom, this, do not cast Earthshock immediately, even if for example have, let's say, enough Maelstrom. Consume this, because that's gonna cast twice Lightning Bolt, and then you can cast Earthshock, get Surge of Power, and then cast again Lightning Bolt. The more Lightning Bolts you get, especially the overloaded one, the more CDR you get because of the Flash of Lightning, the more damage you're gonna do. Okay? For the AoE, this is again a very advanced thing. For the AoE, you would like to optimize Surge of Power too. As soon as you fight more than 6 targets, after every Earthquake, you wanna cast Chain Lightning because it's gonna hit one additional target. Think about that one. Okay? I think that's pretty much everything, guys. That was the most basic thing that I could have said. Once again, I'm gonna shout out my Patreon if you're looking for coaching or how to get better as a shaman itself in the upcoming season. Let me know, Patreon down below. I do one-on-one coaching for the whole season. I've been doing it for the past 3 years. If you're interested, if not, that's pretty much fine, no problem. I'm just, you know, just putting the work out there. Any questions, guys? Write them down below. I'll stream mostly every day on Twitch. Starting from the 18th of September, you're gonna see me try to push some high keys, or like I guess rank 1 keys. So if you wanna see some high AoE Shaman action, come on stream. I stream every day pretty much from 10:30 Central European time until I get tired and my hands give up. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright boys, thank you for watching once again. TL'DR video. Peace out. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.